Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome to GamingFix. Today I'm coming back at you again with another Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 3 theory video. In this video I'm going to share with you my top 3 theories as to why Boris the Wolf will be evil in Chapter 3. Yup, that's right guys, everyone's beloved Boris is actually secretly evil, and here's why. Alright, so let's start off with theory number 1. And number 1 is going to be the fact that Boris the Wolf was brought back to life as evident by the happy-go-lucky Boris we saw at the end of Chapter 2. Now presumably Boris was resurrected in some way or another by the ink. Now it could have been Bendy who brought him back, or even someone else, but it was ultimately through the power of the ink that Boris was given new life. Now we've seen time and time again that anything touched by the ink has never had Henry's best interest at heart. If anything, it has always tried to kill him. Everyone and everything from demonic Bendy to the ink blobs appear to have a personal vendetta against Henry. So my point here is that since Boris was resurrected through the power of the ink, as a result he is now under the control of the ink. And ultimately this possession will lead Boris to being evil. Alright, so let's move on to theory number 2. Now my second theory has to do with the following cryptic message. He will set us free. Now if we try to dissect and analyze this statement, it becomes very difficult to really ascertain who the word he is referring to. But regardless of who or what the word he is referring to, I think it's safe to say that the word can easily be tied to the demonic nature of the ink and the overall evil vibes that the studio gives off. So for the sake of argument, I'm going to go ahead and say that the word he refers to the evil presence that currently lives within the studio. Now the remaining string of words are relatively easy to interpret. And really the only words we need to assign meaning to here are us and free. So the way I see it, the word us refers to all of the characters that were created by the cartoon studio 30 years ago. This includes Boris the Wolf. And the word free refers to the toon characters being liberated from the oppression that they currently feel. For example, in Chapter 1, we saw dead Boris strapped to what appears to be an operating table with his chest cut wide open. Now it's hard to say who exactly did this, but based on what Henry says,
"Oh my God. Joey, what were you doing?"
These words from Henry, along with the fact that there is a ink pump attached to the back of the table, makes it seem like Joey was actually conducting experiments on Boris. Alright guys, so let's bring this all together. This statement, he will set us free, means that Boris and others affected by the ink believe that the evil presence within the studio will liberate them from the oppression and abuse caused by Joey Drew, even if Joey didn't actually mean for things to turn out the way they did. Alright, so this brings us to theory number 3. And I'm actually going to keep this theory very short and very simple. And it goes like this: nothing is as it seems. So this theory revolves around the fact that everything we know about Boris seems to direct us into believing that he's good. Everything from the way we found him in Chapter 1 to the way he looks and walks suggests that he's the complete opposite of Bendy. And it's gotten to the point where it's almost too convenient. Like Bendy is going out of his way to make Henry think that Boris is an ally. And I think we need to be very skeptical about Boris being an ally, because at one point it also seemed like Sammy Lawrence was an ally of Bendy's. But as we saw at the end of Chapter 2, that definitely was not the case. Alright guys, and that's gonna wrap up my top 3 theories for why Boris the Wolf is evil. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment letting me know what your theories are about Boris the Wolf. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.